Alright, you beautiful disasters. Welcome back to another round of unfiltered, unhinged, and possibly demonetized internet gold. The place where common sense is extinct, logic is optional, and the memes are as brutal as your ex's last text message. So grab your drink, lower your expectations, and let's dive straight into another batch of memes that'll make you laugh, cry, or question your entire existence. Now we've got a monkey inspecting another monkey's backside, perfectly capturing the IRS when they catch wind of your secret 3-year-old shenanigans. The look of pure, unfiltered judgment. Isn't it adorable how much the government cries when their funds are getting slashed and their little schemes fall apart? Meanwhile, we're watching people lose their jobs because of mismanagement and our tax dollars being flushed down the toilet. But don't worry, they were just prepping to hire 87,000 IRS agents to harass you over every cent you make. What's the plan here? Oh, just train them up like SWAT teams. Because you know, the IRS really needs tactical units to deal with your $50 paycheck or the dime you might have swallowed as a kid. And let's not even get started on why you have to pay taxes on Christmas presents from grandma. It's like the government's mission is to squeeze every drop of joy and your bank account dry. So in this one, we've got a guy cutting off the air valve from a car tire with the caption, "Protect your privacy by cutting off the antenna the government put on your car tires." Classic Alex Jones level paranoia, minus the tinfoil hat. Okay, so this definitely has Alex Jones vibes, and I'm not even bashing the guy. His success rate is basically a 95% minimum. Huge respect. But let's dial it back a bit on the tire antenna theory. Yes, sure, the government might be tracking us via some secret car tire technology. Or not. The real MVP of government surveillance is sitting right in your pocket, your phone. That little guy is a privacy nightmare, and it's the most effective tracking tool they've got. You're not dodging the Big Brother eye by cutting a valve. You're just making sure your tires are flat when you do get tracked. So in this one, we've got a caption that says, "Y'all be having $5,000 worth of tattoos with no car. Should have tatted vroom vroom on your ankles." Because apparently tattoos are easier to afford than basic life necessities these days. This is spot on. I managed to buy my first car after just 4 months of saving the money I didn't blow on overpriced nights out or impressing people who couldn't care less about me. I wasn't spending my cash on drinks for people who only showed up for the free booze, or on endless dates that turned out to be just glorified food delivery services with emotional baggage. And instead, I saved up for a 10-year-old Honda. You know, the type of car that actually gets you somewhere. And guess what? Driving a fully loaded Honda was a hell of a lot more satisfying than getting wasted every weekend and coughing up for it all week long. You want something valuable? Maybe stop tattooing your wallet away and start investing in a car that can actually take you places, not just to the bar. Next up, we've got a meme showing enforcement cameras with the caption, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but photo enforcement cameras hold 5.5 pounds of copper." A little too much information, but definitely not surprising. I'm not giving anyone any ideas, wink wink, but maybe some people should consider a career shift from catalytic converters to other, more productive sources of extra income. Anyway, I recently got slapped with a fine for driving in a bus lane. Isn't it hilarious how just driving your car around these days feels like you're paying the government for the privilege? You're just exercising your right to travel and boom, you're taxed, fined, and tracked. They're turning your freedom into another line item on their budget. You don't have to do anything wrong anymore to get penalized. Just take a wrong turn and the government's there, ready to make you pay for the privilege of owning a car. Next up, we've got an old school rotary phone with the caption, "How we blocked people in the 80s. The headset part you had to hold to your ear sits next to the phone, because apparently we had a lot of time on our hands back then. The nostalgia of rotary phones. I remember having one of these bad boys when I was a kid. Plus, we had the fancy ones too, the new electronic models with keyboards, so we were living the high life back then. You couldn't even imagine being constantly reachable. You'd pick up the phone, chat for a few minutes, then drop the receiver and boom, line cut, no one bothering you. Those were the days. Fast forward to today, and we're all just slaves to our mobile devices. You're expected to be available 24/7, and people act like you've committed a war crime if you don't reply to a text within 5 minutes. And don't even think about putting your phone down in public. How else would you exist without it? It's funny how we've gone from disconnecting with a simple move to being hooked into an endless feedback loop of notifications. This time, we've got a seasoned man with the caption, "I don't always put the seat down, but when I do, I put the lid down too, so she has to do some work." A man who knows the importance of balance, and apparently making a point. Oh, you bet, boys, if you treat her like a queen, she'll treat you like a peasant. Make her earn her keep, just like the rest of us. Funny thing is, I once did a whole math and analysis breakdown to demonstrate that men actually have to do more work putting the lid down than women lifting it up. And somehow, the message didn't get through. Can't imagine why, but on the bright side, it turned into a very peaceful evening with no further lid discussions, and I really enjoyed the quiet. Next time, I might just try the reverse psychology of not even touching the lid at all and see what happens. Now we'll take a look at this one. A picture of a raid with the caption, "Undercover cops posing as illicit substance buyers are arrested by undercover cops posing as the pharmaceutical distributors." You know it's a mess when the agents end up arresting each other instead of catching criminals. Oh, this is peak government chaos. I've heard of a Trump rally where the only people who showed up were undercover agents trying to create false flag events. And guess what? They ended up arresting each other. Honestly, that's the kind of government incompetence we should be celebrating. If you can't even get your undercover agents to arrest the right people, then maybe, just maybe, you've given yourselves too much power and way too much money. The fact that the number of agents trying to start fake drama outnumbers the actual rally goers. That's the government for you, folks. Overfunded, underskilled, and running low on basic common sense. Boom! That's another round of memes injected straight into your brain. No refunds, no apologies. If you laughed, hit the like button. If you didn't, well, you might be dead inside, but go ahead and subscribe anyway. Drop a comment, argue with strangers, start a meme war. Engagement is engagement, and the algorithm doesn't care. See you in the next one. And remember, the internet never sleeps, but maybe you should.